Take a ride, let's go on my. Why you surprised when I buy you? Who told you I ain't got no money? Who told you I can't handle money? You're on the floor, I'm still holding money. Got me talking. Hey, let me see you, darling. I love the weekend. Love the weekend. Let me see you, darling. I love the weekend. Love the weekend. Now bet you can. I love the weekend. Love the weekend. Let me see you, darling. I love the weekend. Love the weekend. Now bet you can. Oh, I swear down, I'ma show them I'm in. They rich now, they put down money. All them clowns never help nothing. And they go space now in the bandwagon. Right round town in my bandwagon. Screaming, who told you we ain't got no money? Who told you I got handle money? You're on the floor, I'm still holding money. Got me talking. Hey, let me see you, darling. I love the weekend. Love the weekend. Cause up. See you, darling. I love the weekend. Love the weekend. Cause up. I bet you can. I love the weekend. Love the weekend. Let me see you, darling. I love the weekend. Love the weekend. Cause up. I bet you can. My like. My like. My like.
Count it up.
Somebody pop all day, hold up. Somebody on their way, hold up. I would've grown all day, hold up. Somebody can't relate,
Black
hold up.
Panther.
Stay down with no faking. Go up, top down, I'm in racing. Go up, while I'm in dangerous. Go up, my crowd in rotation, yeah. Are you on 10 yet? Wait, are you on 10 yet? I live on 10. Wait, are you on 10 yet? Hold up, the place up.
Down. Go to the down. I see cuz jogging down. Got Benjamin Franklin on my T-Bano. So drop from the jungle. I keep the on me, I leave you puzzle. Bang, I'm the black card on my knee longer than hair on her. That cavity, and I'm done her that salary. Saudi, are you on 10 yet? You know. You still start if you looking for somebody.
Somebody pop all day, hold up. Somebody on their way, hold up. I would've grown all day, hold up. Somebody can't relate, hold up. Stay down with no faking. Go up, top down, I'm in racing. Go up, while I'm in dangerous. Go up, my crowd in rotation, yeah. Are you on 10 yet? Wait, are you on 10 yet? I live on 10. Wait, are you on 10 yet? Hold up, the place up.
Are you on 10 yet? Hold up. Do you have yet? Jury on Windex. Woo! 80 my Rolex. Might make back to Ben. Pseudo coming out. Black on black again. I might go to trim. I been built to win. I don't exit here. Too much flexing here. Too much bread to get. I've been stretching up. Ain't no catching up. I don't rest enough. I don't plan for luck. I keep working hard. Who keep blessing us? I'm on the 10 and I need a 10. Done made 'em a M a week. December been good to me. Not even Kendrick can humble me. Too rich to go do the least. Tryna become a way bigger. My teeth is like 10 apiece. TDE family to the A+. I got my grades up. I had no backup. Now run the check up. And the place up.
Somebody pop all day, hold up. Somebody on their way, hold up. I would've grown all day, hold up. Somebody can't relate, hold up. Stay down with no faking. Go up, top down, I'm in racing. Go up, while I'm in dangerous. Go up, my crowd in rotation, yeah. Are you on 10 yet? Wait, are you on 10 yet? I live on 10. Wait, are you on 10 yet? Hold up, the place up. Somebody on 10.
Originality, come on, 10 to my
my car and it's sweet like a cat with it saying they after me. Ain't no one after me, baby mama used to work at the Applebee's. Somebody call my phone, yeah. I'ma send that voicemail. I don't even check my voicemail. Big weight, I'ma need a horse scale. F12 Berlinetta. Michael was shorts in the winter. What turtlenecks in the summer. This here's not for beginners, yeah. Came back, went to jail, left jail, went to Benny Hunter, Kenny County. Got the swagger on me. Yeah, different fabric on me. Yeah, different on it. Yeah, married to the game. Yeah, holy matrimony. Yeah, oops, joke. Someone stage again. From up to stadium. I took my shot and made it in.
Somebody pop all day. Hold up. Somebody on their way. Hold up. I would've grown all day. Hold up. Somebody can't relate. Hold up. Stay down with no faking. Go up, top down. I've been racing. Go up. Wild, I'm in dangerous. Go up. My crowd in rotation. Yeah. Are you on 10 yet? Are you on 10 yet? Wait. Are you on 10 yet? Are you on 10 yet? I live on 10. Wait. Are you on 10 yet? Are you on 10 yet? Hold up. The place 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 up.
Young Metro don't trust you, homie.
Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Where are you going to?
Straight.
Do you know?
Me and my best friend, 7-Eleven. We can go legend, 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 yeah. Me and my best friend. 7-Eleven, yeah, we can go legend, we can go legend, yeah, we can go legend, we can go legend, we can go legend, we can go legend, yeah. With my best friend, 7-Eleven, we can go legend, we can go legend, legend, like a phone legend, we can go legend, yeah. In my house, yeah, hear alarms ringing through my house. Got them going, coming in and out. What you knowin', never run your mouth.
Look, this not a drill, this the real thing. I do what the feelings. Make my blueprint so my life got no ceilings. I create the energy that they keep stealing. Yeah, Detroit legend, microphone legend. Yeah, Shine a legend. My bro is John Legend. Yeah, all this sunshine, it's still raining blessings. Skirt out the Maybach, I'm dressed fresher than my reverend. Oh my God, you watch your socks, me and all my inner circle, we keep thinking out the box. Dog, when life go too hard on you, you gon' go legend and not me. I got no other op. I go so hard, I might wake up with a concussion. The way I piece this together, man, it's puzzling. I do this for the dogs, and nowadays we husky. God is my witness, you look, can't judge
Me and
me.
my best friend,
Oh God,
7-Eleven,
no.
we can go legend, 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 yeah. Me and my best friend, 7-Eleven, yeah, we can go legend, we can go legend, yeah, we can go legend, we can go legend, we can go legend, we can go legend, yeah. With my best friend, 7-Eleven, we can go legend, we can go legend, legend, like a phone legend, we can go legend, yeah.
I go legend, I mean Michael Jackson. Hold up, Prince in action. Okay, I'm an original, you just a reenactment. Okay, peace sign the flashes. I live that picture perfect life, you lie about in your captions. When I was down, I swear they made me feel inferior. Judging me by my outside, that's just my exterior. Not seeing what I was made of, that's my interior. Didn't let that break me, instead I broke the barriers. Oh y'all, praise Allah, that's my parag like Bobby bro. By Nadia, in my castle like Mario. I get it in my heart and soul. You boys got no cardio. All of my soldiers rock army clothes. Head of my time like Marty though. Watching the Rick and Morty that we possess.
Me and my best friend,
Boy,
7-Eleven.
boy.
We can go legend, 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 yeah. Me and my best friend, 7-Eleven, yeah. We can go legend, we can go legend, yeah. We can go legend, we can go legend, we can go legend, we can go legend, yeah. With my best friend, 7-Eleven. We can go legend, we can go legend, legend, like a full legend. We can go legend, yeah. Got you with me. I put the soul in me. Send it out on both my feet. All this jewelry, they gon' notice me. You know I got that roll on me. I put the soul in me. Send it out on both my feet. All this jewelry, they gon' notice me. I wanna keep my eyes on it. Wanna cry on it. I wanna can I vibe on it. Get live.
All this jewelry, they gon' notice me. Birds in the hanging like Jodeci. I cause of my courtesy. Then do a show, pick up my currency. Versace slippers, color burgundy. Rappers be talking, think they hurting me. I took a smack, come work for me. Keep the kissing. Round, they looking for me. Coming up watching the on TV like that what I wanted to be. Now I'm one getting paid for it. Thank God that's a blessing to see. Doing shows I'm on stage for St. Laurent on my feet.
Got you with me. I put the soul in me. Send it out on both my feet. All this jewelry, they gon' notice me. And you know I got that roll on me. I put the soul in me. Send it out on both my feet.
I cut my teeth on this blacktop long before Kyle Lowry did. Philly itself is no easy playground. Just ask the Morris twins. They had to learn what it means to play in this city. You will too. Just remember why you play this game and let it drive you.
torch. Back then with dreams of a stacked fortune. Black kid with dreams by any means to see some cell phone keys to a black portion. That American pie, he just want a portion. Product of that environment that he was forced in. Change course when it's out of control. Feel it down in my soul. Fast forward and foresee that fork in the road. Listen, mention you on the road, foreign car whipping. It's mind bending. Open your eyes, I'm bending the rules. Time ticking. The time's different on a globe where every soul trying to survive in it. That's the main concern. Whole hood celebrate when the tables turn, you see. Feels like I'm on the cusp. Great forever, forever's not long enough, it's just. Man once said the grind can't stop till letters in your name get bigger like cap locks. Still can't stall so far from your last stop. Deaf to the yes man, blind to mascots. Look past the moment and try to find your last opponent. Trying to find the answer before this life flashes past you. Blink of an eye, go ghost like a phantom. I'd rather imagine a whole block popping, toasting glasses. More life, no ashes to ashes. Live life fast with no crashes. You can picture that with no caption. Try to see the vision, no glasses. You can picture that with no cameras or flashes. You could just imagine. Still keep my hunger like fasting. Still keep it ghetto fab like putting money in the mattress. And that's just point blank. No biting my tongue, be so frank. They the top 10, they don't rank. They ask me to change some things and no thanks back.
Be paranoid, I gotta keep. I got like me this right in the money. I love it even though it's bad. I can't let none of these get into my head. And all my friends locked up, got caught up in the feds. And all my sins washed up, yeah, free my said. I be close to saying I ain't supposed to say. Sometimes I wanna go ghost, I might go MIA.
Still screaming free the fam, they coming home now. All this up on my I gotta now. How you real, you can't even walk through your hometown. I'm barely home now, on the road now. All in the MIA, oh, like the boy, you get no love, you get stand 10 toes down. My go down, rats can't fold down. My your dough down, we ain't gon' put on the fourth down. We on the hunt, we want more now. Real from the jump, we on now. Swear no more gon' broke now. Might do a show in your town. Wait till I bring that. I'm on no road bounce.
I be paranoid, I gotta keep. I got like me this right in the money. I love it even though it's bad. I can't let none of these get into my head. And all my friends got caught up in the feds. And all my sins washed up, yeah, for my said. I be close to saying I ain't supposed to say. Sometimes I wanna go ghost, I might go MIA. I might go MIA. In my face. I don't go nowhere without my brothers. That's my gang. And all up in my space, just getting in the way. I got like 30 on my got 30 on my fingers. What more can I say, please? On the block that beat like KB. Every night they, but please don't call them shady. I got too much on the fight, so please don't try to me. I got too much on the fight, so please don't try to me. I gotta for the look, already got good. I got a team full of and really gotta look crazy. I put in a cup, yeah, but that's my baby. I be paranoid, I gotta keep. I got like me this right in the money. I love it even though it's bad. I can't let none of these get into my head. And all my friends locked up, got caught up in the feds. And all my
I might go MIA.
First round action in the Western Conference playoffs continues with Game 4 here on EA Sports. We're at Target Center in downtown Minneapolis. Tonight, it'll be the Minnesota Timberwolves taking on the Denver Nuggets. Along with Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, you look at the Nuggets coming in. They lead the series 2-1, and this would set up a chance for them to take a commanding 3-1 lead.
And this has been a back-and-forth seesaw kind of series. It's had a little bit of everything, though. But I think Game 4 is where the rubber starts to meet the road. This is where the intensity really starts to pick up, and I think we'll see that tonight.
Hey, let's go.
To Jokic. Driving right to the basket. Not a good pass there. T-Wolves have it. And he'll go to the foul line.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Jeff Teague at the line for 2 shots. A career 84% free throw shooter. Off the mark on the first free throw. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Nuggets have the possession. Isaiah Thomas, guarded by Jeff Teague. Short jumper misses. Teague with the basketball. Leads just a point. To Wiggins. To Teague. Down to 5 on the 24. Has a look. Add 2 points to the board.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Thomas across the timeline. Down 3. Can't miss those.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
Thomas with the basketball. Down 5. To Millsap. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Teague to Towns. Rocking the rim. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
Free throw is good. Second of 3, no good. Teague with it up top. Up by 3. To Towns. Nikola Jokic able to recover with the block.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
It's Minnesota basketball. Teague, they get it down for Towns. From the outside, no good. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries the trifecta.
It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble, off a quick pass, or off an ISO. When the ball's in this young player's hands, something just feels right.
Teague with the basketball. Down 2. The drive, right to the basket. Nikola Jokic, snatching it out of the air. Nikola Jokic, swats it. And it's the Nuggets with the board. Now a pass stolen by the Timberwolves. Teague to Towns. Rose. His first effort off the mark. To Jokic. Karl Anthony Towns pins it. That's out. Last touch by Karl Anthony Towns. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. And that one.
Let's go, fellas. Let's go, dog.
Oh, defender pulls the chair. Harris matched up with Wiggins. Stuffs it down with authority.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
To Wiggins. The jumper's off the mark. Trying to take it all the way, but it's no good. Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Down low for Gibson. Taj Gibson. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Smith into the front court. The lead is 2. Won't go. He needs some luck on his side given how they're defending. To Wiggins. Screen coming. To Kevin Huerter. Just not going down. Denver ball right now. Runner here, won't go. And they call it.
His timing was a tad bit off.
to Taj Gibson. Wiggins. The Wolves down to 4 in the shot clock. Gets a shot up off the mark. Smith with it up top. Leads a bucket. Not a good pass there. T-Wolves have it. To Gibson. 4-3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
You live by the 3, you die by the 3. And guess what? They're living large right now.
Nuggets have the possession. To Thomas. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
That's called a grown man play, Ed. Someone's trying to get featured on SportsCenter tonight.
To Taj Gibson. Mason Plumlee with a piece.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Won't go down. To Wiggins. Slams it down.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Into the front court comes Smith. Down by 1. Denver with 4 to shoot. Oh, he had it. Jones with it. His team up by 1. To Wiggins. Not going down for him this time. Smith now into the front court. He'll run the offense. Knocks it down from mid-range.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
The Timberwolves have the basketball. To Wiggins. Won't go. Another follow. Stays out. Taj Gibson, 3 for 6 now.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Thomas into the front court. They trail by 1. Fires the 3. Not that time. He misses. You've got to get that one to go. Jones with it. Under a minute to go before halftime. And the reward, he's going to the line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Knocks down the first. Two for 2 on that trip. Nuggets with the basketball. Now pass stolen by the Timberwolves.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Here comes the screen. Short jumper off the mark. Teague with it up top. His guys can hold for the final shot. Footer at the buzzer. It's good at the buzzer. Nice finish and more cash in the bank as we hit the break. We've reached halftime here in Game 4. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Timberwolves have the advantage on the scoreboard at halftime. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Nuggets were unable to find an offensive flow in the opening half. They've got the break to figure some things out. And trust me, they've got a few things to figure out. Still, it's not like they're totally out of this game. These are the guys getting buckets for the Denver Nuggets.
Game track. Steals.
The Denver Nuggets are trailing so far, and that's mostly due to sloppy ball handling. The ball security needs to improve if they want to stay competitive in this matchup. The problem started early, and it didn't improve in the opening quarter.
Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. Thomas across the timeline. The deficit now up to 5. Add 2 more points. The defense had him, but the good shooters find a way.
You see, the savvy players, they can create contact. They can throw their arms into you, even their bodies into you, and as soon as the refs blow the whistle once or twice and you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
Teague to Towns. Oh, nice find for the basket.
Underutilized, underutilized, underutilized. Am I getting my point across? Let's see more of that.
It was right there. To Teague. Towns goes to the left side. To Wiggins. For 3, Andrew Wiggins. No one in the Canadians' postal code with the basket.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Paul Millsap. Couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 73%. First one goes down. And he makes them both. Timberwolves have the basketball. To Wiggins. Stuffs it down with authority. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
Jeff Teague rejects it. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Jeff Teague. lot of contact. No whistle. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Teague with the basketball. Up 6. To Wiggins. And a throwdown.
The okey doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
To Thomas. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. It's back to a 5-point game. Teague with it up top. Looking to make something happen. Trying to cash in. Yes, Andrew Wiggins. With that, he's 5 for 9.
Old school equals high percentage.
Denver's got it. Oh, had him going there for a second. Jokic. That's going to be out of bounds. Rose to Wiggins. Towns to Wiggins. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
From somebody who loved to score a lot himself. Defensively, if you are guarding me in a parallel position, I can have whatever I want when I want. You have to force this guy to go one direction, make him go towards his weak hand, and then contest that shot.
Isaiah Thomas picked up by Teague. Shot from the lane won't go. Rose into the front court. The lead stands at 9. Derrick Rose. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
What was once a tight space is no longer. There is absolutely no way the defender can recover after that move.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions.
Hey, it's our game. Let's take it home now. Let's go.
To Jokic. Lays it up and in.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
T-Wolves with the basketball. To Towns. Karl Anthony Towns. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that...
There it is, Nikola Jokic with the putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Rose into the front court. His team on top by 8. Knocked loose. And that's going to get out of bounds. It'll stay with Minnesota. And the defender over pursues, and he's called for it.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Has a chance. Jumper's good.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Millsap. Barton. They go to Jokic. Down low. Karl Anthony Towns. Huge block. Minnesota with the basketball. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
To Jokic. Good look that time, but off the mark. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your bodies.
To Towns. Has a look. Towns with a shot. That won't go. Murray with the basketball. His guys trail by 10. Here comes the screen. To Millsap. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? Tough make through traffic.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Jamal Murray picked up by T. To Millsap. Paul Millsap. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25+ assists and you won the game and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
Towns. Nikola Jokic. Tips it. And that one out of bounds off a nugget. T to Rose. Towns. Can't connect.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
Missed a wide open look. Takes it coast to coast and the strong finish at the rim. Not a good pass there. T-Wolves have it. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. There's the buzzer. 3 quarters complete as the Timberwolves enjoy a nice cushion so far. The Wolves with the basketballs. We start the 4th quarter. They had the lead coming out of halftime. They were able to extend that lead.
Let's go, fellas. It's go time.
It's Denver's ball. With a drop step. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
This is not the time to have a mental lapse.
Rose into the front court. The lead is 2. To Kevin Huerter. Screen coming. To Rose. 5 to shoot for Minnesota. Trying to cash in, and he drains it.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Rose into the front court. 2-point advantage. To Kevin Huerter. Lets it fly from long range. Huerter can't connect that time. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds it inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
Has a chance. Wide open look, won't go. Murray into the front court. All even here in the 4th. Goes reverse to lay it in.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
They don't want to lose this possession. Let's see what they can do with the jump. To Rose. Fires the 3. Rare 3 for Rose. Defense was ready. Nuggets have the possession. Screen coming. Trey Lyles against the former MVP. Has a look. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Rose to Covington. Driving right to the basket. From the painted area, won't go down. Gorgie Jang with the block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Gets it to go. Someone clearly missed their rotation.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
T-Wolves at the controls going up the floor. Rose. To Covington. Not that time. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Gets to the basket and scores. Now a timeout here for the Timberwolves. It's their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with one more chance to stop the clock before the buzzer sounds. Rose. To Kevin Huerter. The Wolves down to 4 in the shot clock. That misses with 2 seconds to go. Referees called it. That was intentional.
Some players are built to handle these moments. On one end, you just sparked your team, and at the same time, you also got under your opponent's skin. Just want to manage through the emotions here and not take it too far.
It's the Nuggets who come away victorious. They've seized control of the 7-game series as they run out to a 3-1 lead. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
The Nuggets got the win in a nail-biter. The statistic that seems to stand out in 3D is their assists. So many of their points were made possible by their team chemistry, and it was great to see. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Denver Nuggets. The Timberwolves just couldn't close this one out. Sure, it's great they shot so well from 3, but none of that really matters when your team has one more loss to show for it. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Game track. Field goals.
Neither of these teams were able to make much of an impact on defense. As you can see here, they were each pretty successful with some efficient scoring.
Player of the game.
If you asked him, I'm sure he'd give the credit to his teammate and coaches. But at the end of the day, we know that he's the one that made the biggest impact on this game. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.
Last time that I checked, it was 5 chains on my neck. It was no on my rep. Last time that I checked, I was selling in the set. Make $250,000, no sweat. Last time that I checked, I'm the streets voice out west. Legendary self-made progress. Last time that I checked, first you get the money, then respect, then the power. Last time that I checked, I've been self-made from the dribble. I was been saying
Hey guys, for Complex News, I'm Natasha Martinez. The NBA playoffs are in full swing, and we're paying close attention to one team in particular, whose rising star, The One, has been sparking the attention of fans everywhere. The One and his teammates took home a big win in last night's game, and while it's not the finals yet, he's showing he has what it takes to compete at playoff level. If he continues his strong play, we may just see The One truly earn his name. That's all for now. For Complex News, I'm Natasha Martinez.
Keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Yeah, hands up like black and white's gone. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna fight son. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Hands up like black and white's gone. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna son. First off, bow down, cause this feel like Midnight Club at D-Town. What's up? Double edition, new keys in the ignition. My hat tipping, Dontrell Willis with the feet kicking, knees cranking. You see what Pete cranking? I mean, listen, y'all be tripping. See, we lately been seeing y'all be grating. I mean, face it, y'all the cheap fragrance. They know me, the phonies. They jogging, but groggy. He just the pretty boy finna enter title reign. Arturo Gotti, we in this thing with the whole posse in his fit. Just asking to just rob me in these kicks. Just asking to start rocking, but you ain't gotta ask. Just watch me. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Yeah, hands up like black and white's gone. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna fight son. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Hands up like black and white's gone. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna fight son.
Out the I don't need no glass. This is all me, so please don't ask. Ballin' on a budget, gotta make this last. Nick driving reckless, hoping we don't crash. Pull up mad deep with all my little bro just dropped your rent on denim. In the back with my feet up kicking. Belly out with my shirt that's linen. I'm just trying to vibe, yeah, we out here gigging. Two-stepping, just out here killing. Getting hot in here, plus done kicked in. I need to slow down for your boy gets kicked out. Still feeling myself, just socializing. But you better not ask me to start freestyling. Honestly, I don't like the nightlife, fool. Since I'm here, I guess I'll enjoy the lights like you.
See you sweat. See you sweat. See you sweat. See you sweat. Yeah. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Yeah. Hands up like a white son. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna fight son. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Son. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna see you sweat. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Yeah, hands up like black and white's gone. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna fight son. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat, just keep the
shine like the Energizer. Yeah, I'm supplying no like Elijah. In the cut, no, my run a compartment Elijah. They say life is a and if that is the case, then I'm finna surprise. And no, I am not an advisor, but I do advise you to pay attention. Never need to mention I'm the heads. Finna push it to the ledge. Yeah, my meds. Ain't got no love for the feds. Can that thing go to your head? Me watch where you tread. I'm finna kill it instead. I'm finna, when I can never done it, and I wanna run it, and I wanna keep it going and going like infinity. Be the only entity to ever rip it apart. Finna start like this, finna heart like this, finna no nitrous, do it right. Just I've been down this road before. Everybody think that they do, but they don't. Swear to God that they would, but they won't. Spitting riddles in the middle of a pastime. Me and my mom feeling the vibe like yeah, finna get it like yeah. I done made $20 million. I don't flex to be acknowledged. At this point, it's common knowledge. All you haters been abolished. You in the club throwing dollars, but I'm saving mine so my kids go to college. Or maybe whatever they wanna do. Just as long as they never say, Daddy blew $20 million. Ay, he had to flex to be acknowledged. Ay, he in the club throwing dollars, and I cannot afford to send me to college. Ay, Daddy just wanna be loved, just like everybody wanna be accepted. Ay, but somehow he had neglected me and my mama for all of this rap. Ay, no, I can up with that. Ay, no, I can up with that. Who you know dropped the album back to back again. I'm back again and snap again. And that ain't no other way around it. Yeah, it's happening 'cause I've been living in a world of my own. Leave me alone, I'm in the zone where I've been prone to destroy. You cannot avoid this. Whack, have annoyed this. Yes, you know I enjoy this. Preach, yeah, I'm trying to reach everybody in the streets, putting words to the beats. Each one, teach one. Yeah, I'm trying to reach one. Who the beast one? That be me on the top to the east one. They wanna do it right now. Trying to shout out everybody. No one heard of this. Heard of us. We ain't going nowhere. It's a hurt of us. Hold up, roll up. Levitating like I'm David Blaine. Living a dream like I'm David Ames. Talk all you want, we are not the same. Step in the spot that ain't know the name. So more albums my first week, then Harry Styles and Katy Perry. That ain't a sign of the times, then I don't know what is. Man, it's scary 'cause I've been blowing up like C4 and I'm 3 for 3 like a free throw. Anybody hating on the boy, take a step back and then now my phone blowing up like ring. Like ring. That Kevin Durant, I'm a champion. Check the numbers, I'm a champion. Can't sleep on the boy anymore, but the haters that love to hate gon' Star-Lord, champion. Know the name and they know the alias, that's for sure. Gave him 44, now here's 44 more.
I got what you want, what you need. You know I'm on my way, baby, come ride with me. This is not a drill, I gotta keep it real. You could get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me, baby, come ride with me. Ride with me.
The NBA on EA Sports marches on. It's round one of the Western Conference playoffs with Game 5 set to tip. We're ready for tip-off, and these fans are as well. It's their home team taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. The opening jump is won by Denver. To Millsap for three. His first effort off the mark. Teague with it up top, just underway in an ever-crucial Game 5. Here comes the screen. Teague to Wiggins. Old school, backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Thomas across the timeline. Down just a couple. Down low, Jokic. Oh, big finish at the rim.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs a guard on the next play down the court.
Here comes the screen. Rose to Wiggins. Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Teague to Wiggins. Shot clock winding down. Has a chance. Teague, a shot, no good.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jump.
To Taj Gibson. And a putback slam.
And I got a chance to hear a lot of the conversation at the bench, and one of the things they called out was owning the backboards. Looks like the message is really getting through.
Millsap defended by the Canadian Wiggins. To Teague. Rose, down low Towns. Second effort. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Nuggets with the basketball to Millsap. Here comes the screen. Oh, he had him there for a second. Oh, Millsap missed his first. That one goes.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Wiggins to Teague. Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Millsap. Almost, and he's not getting the call. Teague with the basketball. Leads 4. To Wiggins. Nikola Jokic with a piece.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Thomas with the basketball. He'll run the offense. 4-3. And the rebound for Towns. Teague with it up top. They lead it. 4-point game. Throws it up. Throws it down off the alley-oop pass. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Thomas. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
To Wiggins. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Misses the first. Missed the second. 0 for 2. Teague with the basketball. 10-6 our score. To Wiggins. Short jumper won't fall.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Yes, Andrew Wiggins. He's now 5 for 6.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Has a look. It's good.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Teague with it up top. The score 12-8. To Wiggins. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. And the Timberwolves have the rebound. From the outside, no good.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Lets it fly from long range. That no good off the mark. To Teague. to Kevin Huerter. Wiggins to Teague. From long range. And they called the foul. Jay, he was there too late. Jeff Teague is going to get a chance at 3 here. A career 84% free throw shooter. Knocks down the first. Second and 3 is good. Knocks down all 3 at the line. Murray into the front court. Exactly a minute to go here in the opening quarter. And the nice finish at the rim.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Wiggins. They get it down for Towns. Deep left corner. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
Calls out of bounds off of Andrew Wiggins. Time for some new personnel into the game. Barton. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim. Short. That's toughness right there. Physical inside. Gets it to go.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Karl-Anthony Towns. 2 for 3 now here in the first. Deep 3 at the buzzer. 1 quarter in the books here in game number 5. Jay and I back with more after this. This is the first round of the West playoffs on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we...
We got this. Let's go.
Nuggets have the possession. Tough make through traffic.
Man, I've seen this kid play with some grown men prior to making it to the league. As my old friend would say, same pan, same grease.
Teague with the basketball. Leads a bucket. Rose to Teague. Rose. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Short jumper won't go down. And he's going to the line to shoot 2.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Karl-Anthony Towns. Couple of free throws on the way. A career 83% free throw shooter. And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. Denver ball right now. Probing the defense. From the painted area, won't go down. Rose into the front court. Looking to make something happen. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Lobs it up. Flushes down the slam.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25-plus assists and you won the game and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
Teague with it up top. Lead is 2. Karl-Anthony Towns. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Not a good pass there. T-Wolves have it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Layup goes down. Well done.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
T-Wolves at the controls going up the floor. Rose to Gibson. T. Beyond the arc for three. Screen coming. Oh, working hard there. Collects the rebound and gets it back up for the slam.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Oh, had him going there for a second.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble, off a quick pass, or off an ISO. When the ball's in this young player's hands, something just feels right.
It's Minnesota basketball. Rose to Towns. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Hey, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Karl Anthony Towns at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Free throw good as he completes the three-point play. The lead is up to 6. Now a drive, but the shot won't fall. Teague with the basketball. Up 6. Jeff Teague. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Nuggets have the possession. Fires the three. Missed it. Sizing up the defense. Rose into the front court. It's an 8-point lead. To Towns. Down low. Mason Plumlee with the block.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Taj Gibson. Down low Towns. Able to convert inside.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Rose to Towns. Nothing going here on that drive. Towns to Rose. Here's a chance from long range. Cleans it up. Offensive board. For 3. And he knocks it down, Jay.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
And the basket good at the rim.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
They get it down for Towns. Almost. Unlucky bounce. A drive down the lane, but the shot stays out. Rose into the front court. It's a 9-point lead. Stuffs it down with authority. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Murray into the front court. Down 11. Now a pass stolen by the Timberwolves.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you'll be able to stop a great passing team.
Count it, and the foul. He is going to the line for a free throw.
The most important part for the offensive player is to create space. If you can create space, you can find your rhythm, and that's what we saw.
Free throws up and perfect. The Timberwolves have the basketball. Nothing going here on that drive. 19-footer at the buzzer. We have reached the break in this pivotal Game 5. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. The Timberwolves are feeling comfortable at the halfway mark. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like fellas. Back to you.
All set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway. Rose into the front court. The lead stands at 9. To Wiggins. Nikola Jokic swats it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Won't go. T-Wolves with the basketball. Towns to Teague. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Murray with it. His guys down 11. Screen coming. To Millsap. 4-3. It's rebounded by Teague. Rose into the front court. He'll run the offense.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. First free throw is good. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Murray with the basketball. The deficit now up to a dozen. Big slam. Oh, he looked like he was on a mission. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Rose to Teague. Over to the right side. Wiggins. Rebound taken in by the Nuggets. Nothing going here on that drive. Not a good pass there. T-Wolves have it.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
To Millsap. Lets it fly from long range. Can't connect. It's no good. Nikola Jokic able to recover with the block. That's his third block this evening. And finishes strong.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
From long range. first one goes down. It's the second. One more coming. Hits all 3 free throws. Teague with it up top. Up 5. Derrick Rose. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Isaiah Thomas has it against the former #1 pick. Curling inside. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Minnesota with the basketball. Teague, deep right corner. Surveys the floor. To Wiggins. And they call it.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Wiggins to Teague. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Creates the space to bury the 3 on the step back.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
To Jokic. The monster stuff. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Gets a shot up off the mark. A lot of contact, no whistle.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Nikola Jokic sends it away. 4th this contest.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Rose into the front court. Leads 4. To Wiggins. Paul Millsap rejects it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Teague with the basketball. They lead it. 4-point game. Down low for Gibson. Taj Gibson. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick. Now a whistle and a timeout for Denver as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this 3rd quarter. New blood coming in for both sides. Isaiah Thomas against the former MVP. Covington to Teague. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
To Rose. Teague. Down low for Jeng. Throws it down.
An easy 2. Get back on defense.
Denver's got it. Thomas. Now a pass stolen by the Timberwolves. Teague. To Rose. Not going down for him this time. To Thomas. Going to launch beyond the arc. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. Teague with it up top. His team on top by 8. And a whistle.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Hey, this is our game. Let's take it home.
It's Denver's ball. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Rose into the front court. His guys trail now by 4. And he's going to the line to shoot 2.
No. I'll tell you, the team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
And he connects on the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Murray into the front court. Leads a bucket. Millsap. Nothing going here on that drive. Off the assist.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Rose into the front court. Trailing by 4. Gibson to Covington. Beyond the arc for 3. Had made his first 3, but that shot off the mark. Driving right to the basket.
Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Millsap. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a 3-point play. No foul.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Rose into the front court. The deficit is 6. Deep left corner. Rose to Covington. 5 to shoot for Minnesota. Shot by Covington is no good. My goodness, did you see that, Jay?
That's nasty. Don't. Just disrespectful.
Karl Anthony Towns pins it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
To Taj Gibson. Rebound taken down by Denver. Nuggets with the basketball. Fires the 3. Where's the chatter? No one was even close to him.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Rose into the front court. His guys down by 9. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit.
See, the defender did a really good job. He stayed down. He didn't go and bite for all the head fakes. He waited until the last second to contest that shot. Way to know the scouting report.
Active hands to stay with it. We'll get a jump. They don't want to lose this possession. Let's see what they can do with the jump. To the rim. Out of bounds. Last touch by Robert Covington. So it stays Denver basketball. Not a good pass there. T-Wolves have it. Knocked loose. A drive baseline, but the shot won't go. First one, count it. Knocks down the second free throw. Perfect from the line. It's all three of them. Deep three at the buzzer. It's the Nuggets who come away victorious. And they're moving on to the second round of the NBA playoffs. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
Here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Nuggets have advanced to the next level, but the goal remains the same: win an NBA championship. Little by little, these guys are doing it one by one. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Denver Nuggets. The Timberwolves weren't able to advance after that tough loss. I got a sense they didn't expect for their offseason to start just yet. I know what the feeling's like, and it can be tough, but it's all about how you come back from it. Who knows what they'll be like next season? It'll be interesting to see for sure. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Game track. Assists.
The Denver Nuggets showed off the kind of team chemistry that coaches love to see from their players. The more they moved the ball, it showed how much they trust each other. In the end, they got to win, and it looked like they had a great time doing it.
Player of the game.
And while you can't track leadership on a stat sheet, it was by far the most impressive thing he did in this game.
Who was gold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Here are the top 3 plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.
y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna get that Kendrick and that LOX, huh? Y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna get that Lock and Kendrick? That's that P, that Jada, that Kendrick. Oh, y'all think the game's being played around here, huh?
The damage that we do is severe. Reinventing the fresh, brand new every year.
So, last night's game. You said...
I said, excuse me, not to be surprised when you see who advances to the second round, Max. I told you who that was going to be. I told you it was the one. Repeat it.
The one.
Yes,
True.
I was right. I was right. Yet again, because I told you this dude was going to turn it up to a high level. Why? Because he only knows one level. A high one.
All right, listen, slow down there. One playoff advancement does not a superstar make.
I'm calling it like I said, Max Kellerman, and that's what I saw. A superstar in the making. Somebody with the potential to be the GOAT. That's right, I said it.
Come on, get your oven mitts ready. That's a hot take. The GOAT, come on.
It's a bold statement, but those are the only ones I know how to make, particularly when I'm factual and accurate, which is almost always. The bottom line is simple. This kid has taken them to the second round. Now let's see where he takes them, how far he's going to take them from here. He could go all the way.
No.
There you go, being naysayer Max again. I'm going to say no to you as well. You'll learn. Eventually, you'll learn.
I rob a man, cause I know they're robbing me. Just keep it one, just keep it one. You ain't heard a lot of me. Don't even say hi to me. I rob a man, cause I know they're down for me. I rob a man, cause I know they're robbing me. Just keep it one, just keep it one. You ain't heard a lot of me. Don't even say hi to me. I rob a man, cause I know they're down for me. See what? See word, made the dream work. 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 Now every day I be counting it up, screaming your name and they browning you up. This only be down when you up. They say ain't no caliber, we be the best. Keep it above, but you keep it in less. Put my chest so I keep me a bless. I hope you burn, sleep in the nest. So that my chain, I feel like the Wallace. My whole family like a regard. The way that I ball, my name should be smallest. I gotta make sure the money keep calling. I said it, boy, y'all smallest. Couple of things that I need to sharpen. So they let my stall. I sick of nobody, no time for no bargain. Gotta feel my only son. Gotta feel my little daughter. She cherishes everything that I taught her. Worth more than anything I ever bought her. Hitting in every track, I'm a slaughter. If I come up short, then they come up shorter. No time to bother, don't even bother. Oh, what your and my kids ever bother, yeah. I shed some tears when I rush. Be hurting inside, no one notices. Can't let them give me no notices. Just get on the ladder, no go. When that money ain't talking no win. My piece is hitting like I got a pin. I know these don't want me to win. When it is age, become a trend, yeah. I rob a man, cause I know they're robbing me. Just keep it one, just keep it one. You ain't heard a lot of me. Don't even say hi to me. I rob a man, cause I know they're down for me. I rob a man, cause I know they're robbing me. Just keep it one, just keep it one. You ain't heard a lot of me. Don't even say hi to me. I rob a man, cause I know they're down for me. See word, made the dream work. See word, made the dream work. See word, made the dream work. See word, made the dream work.
Lady sister, made a couple, but it's all good with me. They say that I've been in my A in and out of the state, but I bring the whole world with me. All of my stringers be loaded, all of my be loaded. Woo! All of my be going at me, the whole crew and they know it. I stop taking and start singing differently, but this like I noticed. They smile in my face, but talk behind my back, I be cool and act like I don't know. Act like it don't bother me, but it be bothering me. Honestly, I wanna know why. You act like you with me, act like it's love for me. Sit right up me outside. That's a flag on the play. You out of bounds, out of place. I can tell you, man,